What's going on? Terrell T. Cruikshank here with some time to inspire about salvation. Where I'm at, I'm in the area when I was in ninth grade, graduating junior high school. And in that area, I find the area in the direction into direct my college degrees. In the area to direct my college degrees, my BA in psychology, my BS in business, or my psychology degree and my business degree. I presented in a presentation once before that I was introduced to my kindergarten class as one who was already inspired to get themselves to college way after high school graduation. I also mentioned every so often in the presentation, if there was a microphone, I would have made mention of it. And I'm pursue a psychology degree and a business degree. Now I'm in my ninth grade school year, and I'm being escorted by the police department to my honors class. That was my characteristics, my educational characteristics are my characteristics. My characteristics there on my educational pursuit from kindergarten or elementary to high school. Or throughout kindergarten and high school, I was in honors class every other semester. And in this particular moment of time, when brought up to honors class, I was escorted by the police department. This is again when I was there at Westlake Junior High in Oakland, California. Now, right away, right after some time after being escorted to my honors class by way of the police department there, and using that right away, it was used in the area of, again, me finding the direction or the area to direct my psychology degree in and my business degree in once I was to get pertaining to once getting to the side of high school graduation and get myself to college in pursuit of them. And so in that moment's time, the area of my psychology degree directed my psychology degree in the area of America's mental crisis scenario, and directed my business degree in the direction of America's homeless situation. All right, now I'm finding the areas into director's degrees in the area of psychology. My psychology degree there was directed in the area of helping out the mental crisis scenario of America, and in the area of pertaining to business, in the area to direct my business degree was in the area of the homeless scenario here in America. Now, in that moment's time, what else was there were the words or the description of the need to engage the homeless population and find leaders among those individuals who can help develop trust and engagement among that portion of the citizenry. Wow. Now, I'm waiting right now for a book that I ordered. It was put forward in 1991. This was in the area of when I was in ninth grade and 10th grade. I'm in 10th grade now, my freshman year in high school. And in researching this area out some more for self, there was a topic of frontal lobe pertaining to human beings. We have frontal lobes. And there is found during then, there was where us humans, we could pay attention to all that about ourselves. And there is where we're not paying attention to that all about ourselves, or paying attention to that about ourselves. Amen. And so with that, there is where there's also in mind, what come to mind is there's a biblical teaching that teaches about how we don't have to wait until things become perfect before doing something, right? And this is an area of thinking on to say, when I get to those college degrees of mine, things are then going to be perfect and I'm going to be able to do something, right? So I find that also in the area pertaining to me propelling forward doing then again in ninth grade, and I'm being escorted to one of my honor classes, that being of my characteristics throughout my educational experience all the way up to college. Every other semester I was in honors class, and this particular moment of time there was the concluding on, okay, where am I going to go and what direction am I going to go once getting to my psychology degree, once getting to my business degree. Again, the psychology degree, the direction was to help out the middle crisis situation or crisis scenario here of America. And then pertaining to my business degree in the direction of helping out the homeless here in America. And so uh, here on the other side of my college graduation, May 23rd, 2019, where I graduated my 8 semesters in pursuit of that BA in psychology and BS in business, there is me picking back up on that moment in time when they're in 9th grade and getting ready to walk the stage and graduate junior high school. And again, right before walking the stage and graduate junior high school, coming to the conclusion of this myself, okay, this is the area that I'm going to direct these degrees in. There is again pertaining to where we have, once I get to, like to say, I'm not going to put no step forward towards these tasks until I get to the degrees. There's also to say to let the biblical teaching in. I did have my personal relationship with Jesus Christ going on during that. Pertaining to the biblical teachings found there in the Bible about not necessarily waiting for things to be perfect to make a move on something. Again, to say when we register, now when I get to those degrees, that is going to be perfectness, and then I'm going to be able to do something, right? So again, there is that area of my journey about picking back up on once I was to get here where I'm at on the other side of my college graduation, status quo of college graduate. I also think on that moment's time doing then where in strategic, right? Thinking on strategic, there is when I first set sail to in elementary school pertaining to once getting to the other side of my high school graduation, getting myself to college to pursue these degrees. Strategic then was get yourself to any college after high school and graduate 8 semesters of college. I think on that moment's time when in 9th grade and concluding on these directions and strategic doing then being in the area of not being categorized as the homeless, but being categorized as the houseless as I take on this task. One more time, the words being the need to engage the homeless population and find leaders among those individuals who can help develop trust and engagement among the city, among that portion of the citizenry. All right. So in being inspirational or inspiring about salvation, there is, again, I find in my homework, my personal homework, picking back up on that moment's time of mine, being escorted by the police department there in Oakland Police Department to my honors class, and sometime right afterwards, capitalizing on that particular moment in time, using it right away, that way at it, there was this area of mine. Okay, I'm gonna go in this direction once I get to these degrees, and then again, there is along the way to say already at the task or encourage that one is capable of putting a step forward towards the task before actually getting to the degrees. This again being the area of when we are registering. Now, when I get to those degrees, things are going to be perfect, and I'm going to be able to put a step forward towards this task. In conclusion, here pertaining conclusion, the teaching involves not waiting for things to become perfect to put a step forward towards the task at hand. All right, 2021. This is a very important topic I find that is made mention over and over and over. Now, when I'm in 9th grade, 10th grade, that was way back there, early 90s. We in 2021. That's also like food for thought when I'm sitting and I'm tackling this myself. Okay. All right, bless the presentation, Lord. Let it do what you may need to do, what you may want it to do. In your son, Jesus' name, amen and amen. All right, again, so next time, you guys, to world. T. Crookshank saying peace.